Excel file will show the status. The status
Kejap
and the how
kejap. Sorry,
long.
sekejap.
Okay.
Natasha, sekejap. Saya punya line ni tak stable. Saya nak selalu drop. Saya tukar kejap. Line.
Baik.
Sekejap.
Ah.
Sorry. Banyak
Tak
sangat
apa.
line. Tak dengar apa you all cakap.
Ya.
Ya. Nantilah ya. Okay, saya dah tukar line. Alright, so boleh continue.
Okay, yang before this, the application record will only we only have the data for how many house they have, how much their gaji, their income, and how many children they have, and so on. And the other Excel file will have the status for the person. So when we look at the Kegel ads means I forgot. But the C means they don't have any kelambatan untuk membayar. Apa nama dia? The
delay of payment ataupun macam mana. Yeah. Okay.
Payment dia tak lambat bayar lah. Kalau CNN kosong ni maksudnya dalam one month dia lambat bayar. And there's 2-3 salah saya. Ada one. Ads ni maksudnya dia status dia sangat teruk lah. Dah lebih 4 bulan kot dia tak bayar loan yang lain dia.
Okay. So how many? So we have four. Wow, macam nak sebut 438,000. Are you going to use all?
I think
what's your plan?
I think our plan is to only get the first 2,000 kot, sebab ID dia pun bila tengok dekat yang comment section tu, sekejap saya buka kat Google. Ada yang kata ID dia redundant. Dekat discussion, tak salah saya. So we will only take, kalau boleh dapat lagi banyak kami akan guna lagi banyak lah. Tapi for now idea saya untuk nak ambil yang 2,000 je kot, sebab 400k macam banyak sangat. So nanti kita akan filter the data.
Okay. So now have you tried to put it into the waker? Dah cuba. Anything that you see
missing value ke?
Missing value tu satu hal. Anything that you see, something yang you rasa should be considered, should be think of, ataupun should be should be further investigate. Further investigate. Ada tak? Ada tak?
Macam mana tu?
Okay. Stay at that. No. Go back tadi tu. Yang tadi tu. Go back to your just now tadi. Occupation. If you look at this data pun, kita dah belajar kan yang just last time tu, which is about balance dataset. If you look at this data kan, do you think any information that you should focus or any specific detail that you need to consider? Katakan kita tengok kepada ni kan, you see occupation type ni ada 18 distinct value kan. There are what do you think? Is it okay for you or itu satu benda lah kan.
Tak tengok lah apa ni, tak research on that yet.
The thing is that if you gonna do one thing, if you look at if you look at the attributes and then you see that there are so many values of the attribute kan. And then ini baru satu. If you look at other attribute, says that apa lagi attribute yang you rasa ada tak attribute yang macam ni juga, maksudnya dia punya
Dia punya listing banyak ke?
Ni kan.
Ni yes or no je. Child ni. Numeric.
Income ni kalau you tengok ni nampak. Income pun it could be 26,000. Ni yearly lah kan. Ini annual income, right? And then ada yang paling banyak. Kan? Okay, and then go further.
Income type.
Alright. Higher education. Okay. And the academic degree. This is something that you can figure out. Okay. And then the thing that you might want to consider, because you have a lot of businesses, are you going to consider all?
I think
macam
tadi kan saya apa?
Saya tak berapa agree lah kalau you just kata, oh I just want to focus on the best, the apa nama? The 20 instances, 20k instances. I mean, you just pick up it because it is occur in the records as the first 20Ks. Still, it will represent the data like this, mean that you would have lots of values, you would have certain attributes with too many assumptions and so forth. So what I would foresee later on, what you are going to find will be a massive decision tree, and then that will be very, very hard for you to interpret the decision tree. When you have too many values, you know, the branches ada berapa banyak kat sini? Definitely you will have 18. Okay. So in terms of doing or focusing on the project, I would suggest not just say that I want to pick up any 20 records. Okay,
so
without
medicine staff contohnya.
Katakan
only
you nak
medicine
focus on certain you want to focus in certain area, occupation type, ataupun you nak fokus kepada, mungkin not about occupation, mungkin about other attributes yang lebih you rasa penting atau significant for credit card. Doktor ni tak ada masalah, doktor ni semua kaya awak.
Betul.
Kan? Doktor ni tak ada masalah. Okay, siapa yang sentiasa memberi masalah? Maksudnya kalau dia nak membuat credit card ni, the financial ataupun the person need to really study about the profile of the customer. Then they can decide whether to give or not. Kalau doktor ni memang tak ada masalah. You tengok pula, kalau you kena tengok pula data behavior dia, maksudnya in the context, kalau you tengok pada doktor sahaja, dia punya annual income tu mungkin sangat tinggi. So credit card is like a thing, macam tak ada issue lah. Tapi you need to look at there are certain thing yang sometimes bankers need to really get to know the customer in detail. Alright, so that will be my my comment, and also what you later on can discuss and further do the project. So kita bila buat data mining ni ataupun kita buat analytics, we don't want you to do it like macam general analytics, which is doesn't give you any meaningful knowledge ataupun you cannot interpret much. Boleh faham saya punya point?
Faham.
Okay. So I would say that your data set is being approved, and then focus on selected the value or attribute lah. The best part is that you have lots of data. So kita jangan overwhelmed dengan data ni lah. Ya. Okay, thank you. Your group, Fatin. Yang lain ada ke ni? Aizat, Irfan, and Natasha, Aisyah. Ada. Everybody supporting Semua membantu.
Support.
Support. Okay. Jangan sorang-sorang buat kerja Right.
Baik.
Okay, next
Thank you.
group. Okay, welcome. Then, alright. Anybody want to present first? Yeah.
Saya nak present untuk grup saya.
Sekejap saya tak nampak siapa yang cakap tu.
Abdullah
siapa
Iskandar. Abdullah Iskandar Amin.
Abdullah Iskandar. Let me. Okay, group 4A1. Okay, Abdullah Iskandar, silakan.
Okay. Okay, tajuk yang grup kami pilih adalah video games with sales rating. Ada 16 attribute, ada missing value, dan kelas adalah rating. Ada instance dia ada 16,000.
Okay. What you are going to do?
Kita orang akan classify rating tu depending on the game. Depending on the type of game.
Okay, let me check here. Okay, rating tu macam mana? Rating tu?
Rating tu ada, jap.
Cuba tunjuk.
Ada 8. Ni.
What does it mean by E, M and so forth?
E is everyone. Dia punya kategori player yang boleh main adalah age untuk main adalah everyone. M,
Ya Allah, nervous yut. Diorang tak ada dalam ni. Nanti aku masuk.
Tutup mic nak.
Jangan nervous, biasa je lah.
Nak tolong tutup mic nak. Okay, selepas tu M ialah mature. And then T adalah teen. E 10 plus adalah everyone above age of 10.
Okay.
Okay, yang lagi 4 ni saya tak confirm lagi.
Alright, sekejap saya pun tengah tengok je data ni. Maksudnya if in case name of game, we have platform PS2 and then DS. Begitu ke?
Ya betul.
Year of release.
Ada 31 platform.
Sekejap detail compact, let me check. Detail compact. Okay, year of release ni ada banyak lah value dia. Ya, kita tengok. Okay, sebelum saya pergi tempat lain, how you going to, if you look at year of release ni macam mana? What do you think you need to do on the year of release ni?
Specify ikut tahun. Game tu ikut tahun.
Okay, numeric. So kalau numeric ni dia baca min, max. Min adalah and then it has max. Okay. And then genre, and then you have publisher. Cuba tengok genre. Dia tengok kat sini Genre. Sebelum tu tengok genre. Nombor 4. Genre kat sini ada 12 distinct. And then publisher pun berapa banyak publisher do you have?
Publisher ada 581.
lebih ni. Kan? And it's a nominal Lepas tu ada count yang 1111 ni. Kan? Okay. Okay, tengok rating balik. So ini adalah rating dia lah. Cara you bercakap tadi, maksudnya rating E is for everyone.
Betul.
Ya. So apa sebenarnya rating tu sebenarnya?
Untuk classify game tu sesuai untuk kategori mana.
Oh, okay. Nampak macam misleading dengan maksud rating sebenar lah. What do you think?
Betul-betul.
Betul-betul. Rating tu I don't know whether is
Sebenarnya kategori lah, kategori.
Kalau you kejap okay, maksudnya nak diratekan ikut siapa yang sesuai guna. Macam tu? Adakah
betul.
begitu? Yang buat data, yang buat pasal ni you tahu, bukannya saya pula yang kena study satu-satu. Okay?
Ini
Macam mana?
Sini doktor, kan bila game tu dah develop, game tu memang akan contoh satu game tu develop, memang akan ada satu syarikat, satu agensi yang akan tetapkan game tu dia sesuai untuk umur 18 ke atas ke ataupun 10 tahun ke atas ke. Macam tu lah.
You tahu tak, benda ni sebenarnya menarik, tapi cara you bercakap tu very macam kata straightforward. Dia tak nampak dia punya what is the purpose of rating categories, how it helps especially the user. Macam saya boleh imagine lah, if you have the content, YouTube content, I would like to know this content will be suitable for my kids or toddler, teenagers, for me myself. So you should able to explain in the form of the importance of having these classifications for the game itself. So it would help. It would help the person who knows who want to know based on this criteria in the games, then you will know, okay, this is actually suitable for toddler. This game is suitable for example, teenagers. Could you at least, okay, itu satu cerita dia. Okay, another part is that, in determining the rating, in determining the rating. Okay, normally what would be the important, like what do you think in terms of the game itself?
Dia punya gameplay ada blood ataupun violence. Lepas tu character development dengan goal of the game. Goal of the game. Maksudnya tujuan game tu. Tujuan sesuatu
goal
game
of
tu.
the game. Yeah, I agree with you. Means that the content of the game would be very, very important for us to determine the rate. The rate means that if I could see whether in the game consists of something like involve things that should not be viewed by toddlers, it should not be rated as rating for toddlers. Betul tak?
Betul.
Okay. That would be good. But in terms of reflecting to your data set ni, cuba you tengok pada data set you pula. The thing that the important part that you mentioned just now, do you have it in the data set?
No, we don't have it.
Kan itu yang sayangnya lah. I could not see the features in your data set. Sekejap saya pause dulu
Okay.
Sambil-sambil tu you already discuss lah So that will be my, I think that will be my comments lah. Okay. If you just want to base on the sales, it's okay, but it's not much for, I think the intuition of or the interpretation would be very generic lah. Yeah, it's actually doesn't, yeah, I would say it doesn't much reflect to the rating, yeah, the meaning of rating that you have explained to me just now. Okay.
Alright. Thank you,
Okay,
Doctor.
kalau katakan, tapi but if in case you want to do something else in term of the prediction, something else ke, ataupun you want to determine or use other attribute, that will be okay juga also lah. But you have to discuss lah what you are going to do with this data. Boleh
Alright.
Okay,
Thank
so
you.
please discuss, please discuss
Doktor,
with your friend. Yep,
Doktor,
yes, saya.
kalau saya tukarkan global sales jadi kelas, boleh tak Doktor?
Global sale jadikan kelas, ya. Actually it's what kalau you tengok okay, can you get NA tu apa?
Not America.
Non-American. Okay, non-American, and then you have EU, okay, and then you have JP,
Japan.
lah, and then other sale So ini semua numerate kan. So adakah sale NA plus EU plus GP plus other sales ni implies sama dengan total of sale, maksudnya global sale? Dia beri macam tu tak?
Tak sure lagi lah Doktor, nanti kita
Kan. Itu adalah satu benda lagi yang you kena fikirkan lah. Kalau macam global sale tu, I mean total sale tu is definitely showing macam mana saya kata is a direct value lah, kecuali this is actually representing something else, because it give in millions, kan, it mentioned in millions.
Doktor, kan Doktor tanya tadi kalau total of all of the region untuk global sales, dia punya kiraan tu accurate.
Included lah. Maksudnya included, maksudnya macam mana?
Kiranya kalau NA sales tambah EU sales tambah Japanese sales dengan other sales, dia equal to global sales.
Itu so itulah maksud saya. Maksudnya actually why do you need data mining untuk benda ni?
Okay.
Kan sebenarnya you boleh calculate lah pun. So there must be something else that you want to figure out. That you want to figure out from the sales.
Okay.
Kan, katakan if you want to do something on the sale, you might do something macam ni. Maksudnya you want to predict what is the sale in the global for next year. Okay, and then 2-3 ataupun within months. So what the attribute will be something like macam tadi lah, the rating, the content, how many viewers, how many person use, how many how many sales something yang macam tu lah kan. Maksudnya you nak tahu comments, you would want to know relevant the features of the game itself. Betul tak? Macam product, it's a product kan. So that is thing yang you mungkin kena fikirkan lah. So data ni mungkin tak mencukupi for you to do something on the prediction of the sales itself. If I were to reduce, if I were to look at your data and then I have to reduce the sales ni, sales ni saya kena reduce sebab it's actually a replication of global sale. Betul tak? Maksudnya you campur-campur semua dia adalah global sale. So number of NA, EU ini semua tak boleh guna, tak payah guna. You can remove it. kita belajar kan last time is correlation analysis, why redundancy analysis and so forth. Benda ni berkaitan lah, maksudnya benda ni redundant information. So
Cik.
apa yang you tinggal nanti adalah platform, ya. Name of game tu memang tak boleh guna lah, okay. And then you could have years, genre, publisher, okay. So sikit sangat, attribute you akan jadi 4 only. Macam mana tu? Betul tak?
Betul.
So fikirkanlah. So I actually they are, I think last semester ke sebelum tu there are students doing this, and then dia tukar data, at the end dia gunakan data ni. So for me this data insufficient lah for apa nama, to do the predicting or classification, ya. But if in the context of data is in Kaggle ni, dia gunakan untuk data visualization. Data visualization you might want to explore more, but for data mining, for analytics is insufficient lah, ya.
Okay, Doktor.
Okay. So what do you think?
Kalau kita orang tak boleh juga correlatekan guna data ni untuk data mining, kemungkinan kita orang kena cari dataset baru lah.
Find more suitable lah, supaya you nanti bila buat tu you rasa macam interesting, you faham, you seronok tengok dia punya outcome tu, ya.
Alright. Thank you, Doctor, for the comment.
Okay. Alright. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Good. Okay, next. Anybody?
Doktor, saya nak present.
Boleh. Silakan.
Okay.
Siapa? Hasif.
Hasif.
Hasif. Let me check. Hasif group mana ya?
Saya group dengan Azim, Haikal dengan Uwais.
Yeah, I see. Alright.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Doktor nampak tak skrin?
Nampak.
Okay. Jadi inilah dataset yang kita orang ambil. Dia adalah dataset in vehicle coupon recommendation. Dia untuk recommend kupon untuk orang yang dalam kereta. Jadi kupon ke restoran lah kebanyakannya. Okay. Jadi kegunaan, saya cerita attribute dulu lah. Ada 26 attribute. Okay. 26 attribute ni dia ada, saya check balik. Okay. Ada 2 string attribute, 16 nominal, 8 numeric. Jadi untuk destination ni dia ceritakan destination driver tu, driver kereta tu dia nak pergi mana. Lepas tu passenger ni dia tengok driver tu ada bawa orang ke tak dalam kereta. Tu weather ni cuaca, keadaan, temperature, time. Semua ni relate untuk buat prediction sama ada driver tu apabila direkomendkan kupon tu sama ada dia nak pergi atau tidak ke kedai tu untuk gunakan kupon tu.
Okay.
Dia nak accept ke tak. Jadi okay. Adalah missing values yang kita detect. Jadi itu je kot. Apa lagi nak diceritakan?
So tu kupon tu apa maksudnya, yang number 21, 22 tu apa?
Yang mana? Yang ni tu kupon.
21.
Ini jarak penggunaan kupon tu daripada driver tu dengan kedai kupon tu. Contohnya dia ada recommend kupon untuk kedai kopi. Jadi okay, yang tu kupon 5 minit ni maksudnya kupon yang distance kedai tu dengan driver tu adalah 5 minit. Jadi
cuba tengok data ni. Everybody is using it. Apa maksudnya? Okay. Cuba tengok yang GE5 tu. Apa maksud, you faham pasal benda tu?
Apa yang saya fahamkan
yang 5 minit, Geo 5 minit tadi. Betul lah awak cakap macam tu. And then apa yang you kena buat dengan attribute tu? Saya betulkan soalan saya.
Okay. Apa yang kena buat adalah nak tengok related ke tidak dengan kehendak orang tu nak accept kupon tu atau tidak.
Ya, tengok 21 tadi, 21.
21. Dia ada 5, 15 dengan 25. Mana?
Yeah, I mean indeks nombor 21 tu.
Oh, indeks
Attribute
nombor 1.
Ah,
Okey,
yeah.
okey, okey. Okey. Ini dia. Dia ada satu je. Maksudnya apa?
Satu je and then
Sebenarnya saya pun tak faham part ni. Kenapa dia satu?
ini yang ada.
Jadi
Kenapa dia satu?
saya bagi Azim lah jawab kalau boleh.
Okey, boleh.
Mungkin dia lebih
Talian
faham.
hayat.
Talian hayat saya.
Yeah.
Hello Azim, saya panggil awak.
Azim, tolong kawal awak, kesian dia.
Ya saya.
Ni macam mana ni? Asif tak kerti nak cerita ni pasal attribute nombor 21 ni. What is your intuition on this data on this attribute? Apa yang you rasa pasal attribute 21 ni? Bukan rasalah, fikir.
Saya rasa tak tahulah.
Tak tahu. Boleh maksud di sini kan, siapa yang ingat lab test dulu? Ada tak sesiapa ingat pasal lab test dulu?
Yang mana satu?
Ada satu
Yang
soalan
mana
tu.
satu ada?
Ada satu soalan. Soalan tu
yang
berkaitan dengan attribute nombor 1 ni.
yang cari apa tu apa dah yang nombor ganjil, apa data ganjil ke tak?
Ya, sorry sebab you all ni macam-macam punya ni kan, ada yang ambil set A, set B kan. So siapa yang buat konsep TBG tu apa? TBG hyperthyroid tu kan? Those who doing on the hyperthyroid. I have a questions on there is attribute TBG measure need to be removed and why the attribute need to be removed. Dia berkaitan dengan soalan yang ini yang saya minta you tunjuk ni. Okay? Tak apa, tak boleh jawab, tak apa. Tapi fikirkan nanti. Ya? Kak Azim ada jawapan dah?
Kalau tak silap, kita perlu buang kan? Sebab dia
kenapa?
cuma ada satu je. So dia macam akan membawa apa?
Extraordinary data.
Bagus. Ya, bagus Azim. So maksudnya this attribute needs to be removed because obviously all instances has the same value. Maksudnya kalau dalam data tu semua adalah lelaki, adakah dia menjadi features, dia menjadi karakter? Tak perlulah, is already your scope of study kan? Maksudnya lelaki tu menjadi scope of study. No more features of the study.
Oh, okay.
Okay, faham?
Okay,
that
faham.
is the one thing that you need to further understand. Okay, in term of other thing, okay, tengok yang Y tu.
Y.
26. Okay. So yang ini apa yang you rasa you kena buat?
Yang daripada Y ni
Attribute ni Y. Attribute Y ini, apa yang you rasa you kena buat? You nak buat tadi apa? Classification kan?
Classification.
So Y ni apa yang you kena buat?
Y ni kita kena buat classkan dia yes or no kot untuk terima kupon tu.
Okay, talian hayat lain. Yang lain, members, apa yang kena buat?
Faham saya, Y tu kalau satu tu untuk yen, kalau dia terima kupon tu, yang kosong tu dia terima. Apa yang nak dibuat tu
betul dah jawapan tu. Betul dah jawapan tu. So apa yang kena buat Wise? Apa ya? Saya tanya ni sebab saya nak tahu how confident you are to do this and then how how you really ready for exploring this data or not. Okay, Wise. What do you think? Ataupun yang lain-lain. Saya bagi hint. Saya bagi hint tadi kan? Saya dah bagi hint. You are going to do classification. So what you have to do? You kata Y ni akan jadi dia punya decision kan?
Split dia punya apa tu? Kepada dua seimbang lah.
Tak boleh diterima lagi jawapan itu. Nampaknya awak tak dapat tahu lagi. Ini akan jadi task, your punya main assignment. What you are going to do on Y, and remember your task, your selected task is classification. Okay. Overall, I'm okay with your data set, but please further find ways to process your data. Okay, and then I would see 12,000 could be a very good number of instances that you have, but you might want to explore what would be you punya focus. Adakah you nak tengok kepada orang yang menggunakan kupon dalam masa 5 minit, ataupun adakah orang tu dia macam tapi ini adalah dia punya distance kan? Ini adalah distance kan? So you have lots of data instances here. Okay, but like what I have mentioned to Natasha just now, okay, we don't want to just explore the data as a generic general analysis. Okay, so come up with a good analytics ataupun some kind of interesting interpretation from your data nanti. So please decide what to do on the data set. For me, this data is very, very good. You could have and you could explore much on this. Okay, boleh?
Okay, boleh Doktor. Terima kasih Doktor.
Alright, so cabaran to you. Okay.
Boleh. Terima kasih.
Alright. Okay. Approve, but to have a look more. More tasks to do. Alright. Okay, we already have 2-3 groups. Okay, now anybody want to present first? Present next.
I think I'll present. Amirul Hakimi.
Amirul Hakimi.
Yeah.
Group 0 Okay.
I think I'm gonna in Excel because there are a few things that I need to do. I'm just gonna.
Sure. No problem.
How do I share screen?
Attribute ni banyak
Nampak?
Ya.
Okay, so the thing that we're doing is called Taiwan Bankruptcy Prediction. Okay, there are 96 attributes, and then there are 6,819. Okay, so what we're going to do with this bankruptcy data set is that we're going to predict what's next year punya bankruptcy punya rate. And then from this 96 attribute, we're just going to narrow it down to a minimum of 15 to 20 yang mana relevant to the how to predict bankruptcy punya ni. Mana relevant. So this is all attribute, dia dah kira, and then but mostly it's all numerical, and there are quite a few that is way too long until it goes to 0.55e. It's very small. So macam ada yang kita ambil, ada yang kita tak ambil nanti. Saya rasa it's very clear lah I rasa data ni.
Are you sure you are clear with what you are going to do? Okay, let me have a check with you. Okay, so for one instances ni, for one record, okay, dia represent record apa sebenarnya? Objek tu objek apa?
Okay, sebab this whole thing, contoh maksudnya macam cost of interest ni ke?
Record bukan attribute. Ni you are showing the attribute. Boleh faham tak? Maksudnya setiap row, record tu reflect kepada row. Setiap record ni, setiap satu row ni, dia represent siapa, apa ataupun apakah objek untuk setiap row ni.
Oh, it represents from tahun. Dia sebenarnya represent tahun satu row ni.
Tahun mana?
Tahun dia daripada 1999 to 2009.
Are you sure? So you nak buat prediction apa ni?
Bankruptcy.
Bankruptcy. Okay, prediction tu. Okay. Do you think? Have you think of any techniques dalam WK tu nak gunakan apa?
Classification techniques. That's one thing.
There is a big wrong ni kat sini. Salah persepsi awak ni. Big error tu. Siapa lagi kawan-kawan lain ni? Hakimi?
Actually, I have to use a lot juga lah. Classification and regression, multiple.
Mana lagi kawan yang lain? Yes. Amirul Hakimi, Ali. Saya nak dengar dulu. Irfan lah. Irfan ada ni. Irfan. Ali nak cakap ke? Irfan nak cakap ke?
Sekejap ada. Saya tengah beri.
Irfan. Irfan. Irfan ada tak? Irfan tak ada. Irfan ada ni. Irfan siapa Kejap Irfan pun you all ni ramai Irfan kan. Muhammad Irfan. Dalam ni ada Muhammad Irfan Syafi. Muhammad Irfan lain kan?
Lain.
Mana Muhammad Irfan tak ada Tak masuk Tiba-tiba pula hari ni dia tak boleh masuk. Ali tak sure. Ali pun tak sure baru masuk. Okay. Haikal.
Saya pun tak pasti, madam.
Habis tu takkanlah Amirul Hakimi je pilih dataset ni. Kesian Amirul Hakimi buat sorang-sorang ni.
Tak.
Sorang-sorang.
But then, repeat balik doktor, soalan doktor tadi.
Satu soalan saya tadi, for each record ni, row tu represent apa? You kata tahun. Sebab dalam description ni adalah, you kata daripada tahun 199 kepada 2009. Okay? Right. So we have here almost 10 years lah. Begitu ke? Betul tak?
Ya.
10 years. Tapi kenapa instances ni ada berapa banyak?
Oh, ya.
6819.
Oh, sorry. So that means that the row actually represents company. It's not years. It represents company. It's not years. Sorry.
Itu satu. So cakap elok-elok maksudnya kena fahamkan pasal data. Itu maksudnya understand your data. Alright. Okay. Another thing would be all are numerics. Actually, I have advised you should have a nominal. Kenapa saya advise ada nominal? Do you think why I put ataupun in the description ke I lah, maksudnya our lecturers put there should be nominal attributes. Kenapa? Tadi dia berkaitan dengan task yang you nak buat tadi. You kata you want to do classification. You want to do classification that you mentioned just now, right? If you want to do classification, it is advisable to have nominal because nominal attributes will be suitable for the class level. Ini balik kepada fundamental understanding. Okay, do you have this? Do you have this? You want to do classification, do you have nominal attributes? That will be my other questions. Okay, in case there is no nominal, okay, all numeric, what you have to do?
Choose one and change the most suitable one to a nominal.
Okay. Actually kalau you run benda ni, dataset ni masuk ke dalam you punya WK and then you kata, oh I want to use decision tree kan. You might have problem on that. Okay, you might have problem on that. Okay, so please have a look at your dataset. And then now, as I said, it's good to have lots of attributes, but this is data mining class, I would suggest to have a look at the most suitable attributes. Okay, that's why literature is important. Literature or articles will help you to understand which attribute will be suitable for it. Okay, boleh ya?
Ya, boleh, faham.
Alright, so that will be my comment. Don't take heart, jangan ambil hati
Okay.
Okay. Alright. Okay, so you can continue with dataset if you want. Okay, just need to understand more tasks lah. I would say that there are more tasks to do on the dataset, and also identify suitable class level.
Media.
Ya, Ali.
Kalau kita macam dia kata macam kompleks sikit medium, tak ada nominal semua tu. Kalau kita tukar dataset boleh dia?
Boleh, tapi kena maklumkan cepat. Saya tak nak you maklumkan lambat and then you are not progressing well lah. Pagi tadi saya explain untuk group project ni dia punya jumlahan markah dia quite large. It's I think 25 plus 15, so 40%. So once and then it's a group project. The best part is 40% for the group project, and then most of hampir separuh markah tu dah sama je dengan kawan-kawan untuk benda ni, untuk projek ni kan. So try to do the best lah, maksudnya buat elok-elok lah. Saya tak nak nanti masa you present, you don't give understanding, you don't give the good explanation on the processes that should be done. Yang itu saya kena finalize you all. So sayang lah, Boleh So I hope that each of you boleh score bahagian ni. Ini pun dah boleh menunjukkan kelulusan. Markah tu boleh nampak dah. You dah boleh predict dah sama ada you dah lulus ke tidak untuk subjek ni. Alright, and we have first dah, second dah, third dah. Kamarul ada lama menunggu Kamarul.
Yes,
Present lah cepat-cepat. Present lah cepat-cepat.
Alright.
Okay.
I'll share my screen now.
Okay.
Alright. Hopefully you can see my screen.
Any fraud? Okay, right.
So, my team has decided that we would like to do credit card fraud detection. and we will go over the dataset from Kaggle soon. So now, so for this assignment, you allowed us to do predictive analysis such as clustering, association rule, and classification. So our group has decided we would like to do classification. And the purpose of this project is we would like to classify fraudulent transactions. And the major problem that we can see based on the data set is it is a highly imbalanced data set. All right. So before we go over the actual data set, we would like to cover the information that we have gathered. So we have almost 300,000 instances. However, as I said before, it is highly imbalanced. Hence, we only have 492 fraudulent transactions, and we have still almost 300,000 of legitimate transactions. Followed by, we have none missing values, and we have 31 numerical columns and 0 nominal columns. So as you can see here, there are 2 outliers that we can see, which are the missing values and nominal columns, and we will go over on why it is like this. So I think it's time if we go to the Kaggle website. Right, so before we head over to the data set, it is advised that we go over the documentation first. So this data set contains transactions made by credit cards in September 2013 by European cardholders. And as we can see here, the data set is highly unbalanced. The positive class, which is fraudulent, accounts for 0.172% out of all transactions. And it is mentioned here that it contains only numerical input variables, which are the result of a PCA transformation. So we asked ourselves, what is exactly PCA transformation? So after we have done a bit of reading, it seems that PCA transformation is basically a technique where it reduces the dimension of the whole data set, but however, it still holds the information of the original data set. So even though it has reduced the values, it still holds the whole information. Moreover, unfortunately, due to confidentiality issues, we cannot provide the original features and more background information about the data. Hence, the features are renamed as variable 1, variable 2, and until variable 28. So we did some research on this, and it is understandable why they decided to apply PCA and renaming of the variables. So what can we gather from here? We know that the transactions are coming from European cardholders, which is coming from a bank. And it is understandable that they want to hide any sensitive data to the outside users. So let's say that we are junior data scientists and we were called to this bank to apply data mining techniques to do predictive analysis. So by logic, they need to, secure any information so that it does not leak out to the public. With that being said, we can go to the data set. So if I expand this, the 2 attributes that did not go under PCA transformation are the time and amount. And we have 28 variables named variable 1, variable 2, until variable 28, which are maybe the result of a PCA dimensionality reduction. So let's go over to the slide again. So yes, we know that, oops, lagging. So just to summarize, we know that it doesn't have any nominals because of security, confidentiality issues, privacy, and sensitive data. So let's say that the original data set has the name of the attributes and they want us to do data mining techniques. That is actually a security vulnerability, and that's why they hide the name of the variables. And to add on that, they applied PCA by reducing the dimension of the values. So let's say that even though they hide the name of the variables, but they kept the original data, it is still possible to get the meaning of that particular attribute. So let's say let's pick a new additional attribute here. Not this one. Let me say variable 6 maybe. Sure, why not? So let's just imagine for this variable, it only has 2 columns, 2 bins. So let's say that the values are 0 and 1. So that might give some justification. Maybe that this attribute is for gender, because gender only has 2 distinct values. So they add more precaution into this data set. So that's why they hide the names and they applied PCA transformation. So back to the slide, the challenges that we can see for this particular data set is the attribute name and the attribute description. Considering that we have neither of those things, all of the techniques, methods that we have to apply must be based on the calculation and the result. So usually if we have, let's say, an attribute named gender, we would usually remove that column. So by having this kind of data set, we don't really know which attribute means, what attribute means. So it really tests us on our understanding. Again, the other challenge would be a highly imbalanced data set and the number of attributes. Again, since we do not know the names of the attributes, selecting the attributes to take and the number of attributes to take for attribute selection would be a challenge for us. Hence, we need to compare different models when we are doing hyperparameter tuning. And last but not least, the ultimate reason why we chose this kind of data set is it tests us on our data understanding and our problem solving skills. So that's why we thought it is an interesting data set to work on for our project.
All right, thank you, Kamarul. Yeah.
Right, so I think we can go to the Weka here. So I have imported the whole data set, which has almost 300,000 instances. And we can see that considering the origin data is all numeric, we see that the class has nothing inside it. So one way to solve this is by converting the numeric to nominal so that we can see the 2 bins. So let's try it out. It's under supervised attribute and it is under numeric to nominal. And we would like to apply only for the last attribute, which is the class label. As we can see now, it has transformed the numeric into nominal by calculating the frequency based on each class label.
Okay, ada lagi?
That's all for now. Any concerns?
Right, thank you, Kamarul. All right. Okay. Okay, I see that you really want to do on this, no problem. Okay, you want to do on this. Okay. In terms of dealing with data mining, yeah, in the context of if we look at the description, yeah, it's about data understanding, okay, and then preparation. Definitely, you will go through it later on, okay, and then we have reduction, okay. So and we put it as what we have. We put it the task is based on the task that we have in the subject. Okay.
Okay.
In the context that you are dealing is considering you're highlighting on the imbalanced data set, highlighting that you have lots of numerical numerical with hidden information. Okay,
Yes. Yep.
that will be okay for. I mean, how okay, I should put like this. So you are consider an advanced purpose of experiment. Okay. So
Alright.
in terms of okay, what are you going think what you think, what do you what are you trying to apply nanti later on the classification?
So what methods am I going to apply? So the first thing is we need to solve this imbalanced data set. So from what we have learned in class, there are two ways, which is downsampling by decreasing the number of instances for the majority class, or we can do random oversampling by increasing the minority class. However, we have read a few research papers and it would seem that there is another method that can solve this kind of problem, which we will not divulge for now. We will keep it for the final presentation. Hopefully, you understand that. Yes, is it okay that I don't tell the final method
No
that
problem.
you like to use?
Okay,
Okay,
no
all right,
problem. Again,
all right, all
and
right.
then okay, that
And
is
then,
part of pre-processing lah. Tadi yang saya cakap means that you will go through on the pre-processing and preparation and so forth. Okay, I believe you also you have it in your mind as what you have mentioned just now. Okay, in terms of task, classification task, okay, and then you want to use in kalau dalam WCAT, we have lots of classifier. Do you think or do you have anything in your mind that you are going to use?
In terms of classification methods, is it?
Yes.
So in the guideline, there's a section where we need to visualize the tree. And for now, we haven't decided which tree algorithm that we would like to use. But in terms of for testing purposes, we have gone through random forest to solve the classification problem.
So you think that you might not opt for the random tree? Decision tree.
As for now, we haven't made any decisions as of yet, but it is highly possible that we would like to use multiple classification algorithm to compare each model.
Because what I try to put you, because you want to do something that not a simple classification, not a simple understanding of the pattern and so forth, because data is already hardly to be understood because the metadata is not provided there. You do not know what is V1, what is V2 and so forth. So if you want to come up with the decision tree, it's meaningless actually. Yeah. You at the end you cannot interpret what is the rules, what is the representation of rules. It's meaningless. Okay, so in the form, back to your objective, back your scope, you are dealing with the imbalanced data set. You are dealing with something that not been taught ataupun not been not been visualized yet by other students. You have thought of that. You want to deal something on that. So I want to put a challenge to you, means that a part of dealing on the classification processes in terms of understanding the hidden patterns and so forth. I want to put challenge on you. Probably you could go further in terms of looking at the accuracy and efficiency algorithms. Yeah. Is the experiments will be more about the algorithm itself, not on the understanding of the patterns or the hidden knowledge.
All right.
Okay. So for that purpose, probably then you can go for the methods that you mentioned just now. You want to go for the random forest, or you can go for the edibles, or you can go for other meta classifiers. Okay.
Okay.
So that will be a different way of doing experiments. Yeah. It will be totally based on the algorithm performance. Okay,
Alright.
so
Okay.
the visualization it would appear, yeah, definitely you will. Sekejap sorry anak saya kacau. Yes. Tutup sekejap. Okay. Alright. So the visualization through 3 would not be useful for you. You cannot describe it nanti because it's not really. I mean the V1, V2 result is for what? It's unclear, okay? So you need to further look back to your objective dealing with imbalanced data set. You might need to look at which instances that provide you meaningful or give you more efficient, accurate results. Understand? Because you have 2008, 2000, cakap betul, 28,000. Daripada 28,000, yang mana adalah kelas level 0, yang mana satu would give you would be really important to produce the accuracy. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Alright.
Alright. So that's will be the challenge to you. Boleh, Kamarul?
So to sum up, we are allowed to use different classifiers in order for us to compare which algorithm gives us the best accuracy.
Yeah.
And we, yeah, is it correct?
Yes. Okay. That is the part of the performance. But go back towards sikit mengenai dataset preparation. Yeah. As I mentioned, because you are back to the objective of imbalance. You want to deal with imbalanced dataset. You have a lot of data now. Okay. You probably will have set 1, which is choosing your samples within this and this for the learning process. Okay, and then you have another data set. We have apa nama what we call you should able to show like that. Yeah, so not all instances can give experience to the model to learn.
All right.
So you need to figure out which set you would show us. Okay, I tried from this data with this sample. This sample, it doesn't give much accuracy. Okay, but when I do something from this data set, and I have done downsampling, and the downsampling have chose this number of these instances, it gives better result. And then you should able to interpret why dataset 1 do not give any good accuracy and why the second one would be better.
All right. Okay.
Right. So that will be a challenge for you. Yeah.
So compare
at least,
classifier algorithms, compare the model, and also compare which subset gives us the better accuracy. Okay.
Yeah. So at least because your perspective is not on the discovering the what we call the patterns, the patterns of the knowledge, but there is more about how you prepare the data, how you deal with the imbalanced data set. Yeah.
All right. Okay, I see it.
So you all will be the different perspective. Yeah, I will see that will be a good one. Yeah, for your colleagues to see it, and this will be some of idea for them later on to do the FYP also. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Kamarul, for sharing this idea.
All right. No problem. All right. Thank you, Doctor.
All right. Okay. Ada lagi ke? Right, so I should put here Kamarul, proceed with approve. Okay. Relate, the task should be relate to the objective. Alright, siapa lagi ni, ada lagi ke yang nak sharing? Ada. Okay, siapa ya? Oh, Hasha tadi. Alright, okay, Hasha Marina. Sekejap saya kena pindah tempat. Excuse me. You boleh teruskan tunjukkan. tunjukkan screen sharing dulu. Saya tak nampak apa-apa dah. Nampak awak sendiri. Okay. Right. Okay, for the time being yang lain-lain boleh isi attendance ya. Okay, silakan Natasha. Thomas.
Okay, Doctor. So our project is to predict the productivity of government employees. So government meaning clothing employees. So this is the data we obtained from UCI. It is from a Bangladesh company. So here there is 1,197 instances consisting of 15 attributes.
Okay.
So we have 14 numeric attributes. 11 numeric 11 numeric attributes and 4 nominal attributes. So we have date, quarter, department, day, team, targeted productivity, which is set by the authority of the company. SMV stands for standard minute value, meaning the time that is allocated for a task to be done. WIP is the work in progress. Overtime is the overtime done by the workers. Incentive is the incentive that is given by the company to motivate the worker. And then we have idle time, idle man, number of style change, number of workers, and our actual productivity. So our class is actual productivity. So as you can see here, it is actually a numeric attributes. So in order to classify, we need to convert these attributes into nominal. So from the instances, we have one attribute which have missing values, which is work in progress. So we need to work out in this attribute further. Okay.
Okay. Dah ya?
Okay, dah.
Alright. Let me have a look at your data here. Class level, attribute, actual productivity. Begitu ke? Okay. Ini adalah persoalan yang saya tanya juga pada kawan-kawan awak tadi. Okay, are you going to do classification?
Yes.
So what would we need to do? What you need to how you going to determine?
Okay. For that, I would like to call Hasha for better explanation.
Okay. For the class attribute tu, if we were planning if we can actually create one new attribute based on the actual and targeted productivity. Kita orang create that we create it in Excel. Like if the actual productivity is more or equal to the targeted productivity, then it will be good. Otherwise, it will be bad. So we will use that class, that attribute to classify the productivity. Would that be okay, madam?
Macam mana semula? You are going to semula?
Buat attribute baru. Kita orang comparekan actual dengan targeted untuk buat attribute apa
untuk
good or bad. Kategori. Macam tu. Tapi kita orang buat macam mana based on the data lah. Macam if the actual tu more atau equal to targeted, so dia productivity dia good. Kalau tak, dia bad. Okay, kami ada.
Macam mana actual? Saya tak boleh nak faham sekejap So daripada
Meaning kita
actual
orang
productivity.
compare actual productivity dengan targeted productivity.
Kenapa you nak compare?
Sebab nak tahu dia good ke bad.
Oh, okay. So you nak keluarkan kalau good tu maksudnya?
Good kalau dia punya actual tu lebih atau sama dengan targeted.
Okay. Alright, kejap. Tengok balik you punya faham on the data set ni. Okay, wait. Tadi linknya. Dah pula sistem ni. Okay. Okay. Your data is possible. Please. Data represent a set of possible advertisement, ya? Betul tak? Possible advertisement. And then so it's about advertisement. Okay, and then you have
No, madam.
Bukan?
Bukan advertisement.
You bagi link yang ini. Bukan? Saya salah tekan ke? Sekejap saya tengok balik dekat
Yang productivity tu.
Oh, productivity Sekejap. Tak link tadi. Okay. So productivity, okay. Right. Okay. Categorical data and then data set represent possible. Betul lah saya ni salah klik ke? Sekejap. Dia pergi ke situ lah. Kenapa saya punya productivity baru keluar betul. Productivity prediction of government's employees data set. Okay. Okay. Setiap record tu represent apa tadi?
Productivity ke?
Setiap record tu represent apa?
For workers dengan company punya.
Semula?
For the workers. Sebab ada dia punya team, department, overtime.
Dia akan represent portion, quarter, and then you have department, and then you have numbers of team. Ya, macam tu?
Yeah.
Team number, and then number of workers, and then change of style. Saya tak faham dia punya representation untuk setiap record tu apa? Tadi you explain apa? Setiap record tu represent apa?
Represent karakteristik untuk worker.
Betul ke? Characteristic of worker? Maksudnya satu record ni dia akan beritahu, okey katakan day 1, date 1, worker and then kenapa ada number of workers di sini ya? Kalau you kata satu record tu adalah workers tu sendiri and then
Oh sorry
number
Meja. Dia untuk dia punya department.
Department apa? Dia ada Excel dia tak? Dia ada Excel dia?
Excel dia.
CSV dia.
Yang lain ada tak? Untuk saya dia yang dataset ni je.
Ada. Sekejap.
Boleh tak? Tolong share sekejap.
Kejap madam. Nampak ke?
Okey. Okey, cuba tengok sekarang ni if you look at date 1, itulah maksud saya dia bukan represent pekerja. So apa yang maksud dia? Dia represent apa?
Team.
Team itulah kan. Maksudnya dia represent the team. And then department. How many department we have here?
In this data kita ada 2. Satu saving ada typo situ, satu lagi finishing.
Maksudnya kita nak lihat di sini saya pun macam lost word sikit. Do you think you able to develop a model for this data? Do you think you able to explain? There will be I hardly to understand the scenario of this data. Saya tak sure sama ada macam mana nanti you nak ceritakan balik you punya finding ataupun interpret the info interpret the tree. Boleh ke?
Is it because of the class, madam? Sebab dia laring je.
Kan, bukan masalah kelas saja. Sekarang ni kalau kita nak bercerita pasal productivity, there must be certain criteria, certain criteria that if you want to relate with the criteria that available in the data set, do you think you're able to explain later on? How many team ni kat sini? Team ni ada berapa banyak? Data set you ada berapa banyak? Data set you kita ada 1197. So may I know how many team that we have?
Untuk each department ada 12 team.
Each department ada 12 team. And then what we are going to do apa sebenarnya kita nak buat? Dia macam lepas tu dia akan repeat, you know. It will repeated. Maksudnya you will have another team. So sebenarnya apa yang nak study dekat sini? Are you going to study about team 8 saja, for example? That will be my ataupun cuba you fikirkan nanti macam mana you nak describe later on. Katakan you ada decision tree. And then cuba you scroll ke bawah lagi. Can you scroll bawah? You have quarter and then bawah lagi. Scroll sikit-sikit. And then finishing Sunday. Okay, tak apa, you try dulu nanti. Kalau if you think that you able to explain later on, for the what you are going to find, apa benda yang you dapat tu, you able to explain, then you proceed lah. If not, I think you have date ni takkan you nak guna. Date ni memang tak boleh guna lah. You know, betul tak? Sebab date ni represent apa? Itu satu. Date tu you tak akan guna. And then you akan extract satu lagi. Katakan you are going to extract another attribute, another attribute. Then okay, and you will have a new attribute, and the original targeted productivity and actual productivity cannot be used for modeling lah, because you already extracted a new attribute. So the original attribute cannot be used. Okay, based on those attribute, you think you able to explain later on, then okay. If not, if not, you hardly to convince what you have found. You probably need to start lah nanti at the end you tak dapat nak tunjukkan ataupun cannot show your understanding on the data set. Betul tak? So you need to try out earlier lah. Boleh cuba dapatkan dulu. If you look at it, it's a multivariate time series. Time series ni definitely it goes to the regression, it not goes to the classification. It could be awkward lah if you apply time series to the classification. Okay, boleh?
Okay, madam.
Alright, so let me put it in the comment. Page 8, please have a look. Have a task run. Saya cakap betul-betul. Apa ni? Apa yang tulis? Check you answer. able to add to the data set and have a test. Okay. Right, so please update me next week if you think that you able to proceed with it. Okay, it's okay, and then at least explain what you understand of the data, ataupun understand from the modeling process. If you cannot, then you have to go back and see the description of project. Okay, yeah, quite long, yeah. Yeah.
Group ni belum tunjuk lagi yang kita punya dataset.
Group B. Saya tertinggal ke?
Group kami, group Amirul Hafiz.
Amirul Hafiz. Oh, sebab you all ni ramai yang 4 orang ya? Oh, sepatutnya you boleh ambil 5 orang lah satu grup. Ni baru tambah ya. Sebab tadi tak ada feel ni saya nampak.
Mungkin lah, mungkin.
Can you join other group?
Boleh.
Yeah. So I think 7 ni banyak sangat lah. Yeah. We should maintain in 6 ya, 6 group ya.
Assalamualaikum. Sorry for interrupting. Madam, boleh tak saya nak consult about new dataset yang kita orang nak tunjuk?
You baru jumpa ke dataset ni?
Yes.
Boleh kita discuss besok?
Oh, okay. Boleh.
Yeah, alright.
Alright.
Sorry so make sure that you really understand on that. Yeah. And then so I think before my class will be at 4. So before that you boleh ni PM saya boleh?
Boleh.
Yeah, alright.
Alright. Thank you, madam. Thank you, doctor.
So, okay, actually I'm planning to have another discussion in the context of what you have done last week. So I actually want to share it, but I think this is pukul 6 dah pun. So I'm going to discuss on the clustering. I want to wrap up what the task, and also I want to describe further on the clustering process that you have done in WEKA next week during the lab. So tolong ingatkan saya So we going to have the clustering description, and then we will have the association description. Boleh ya? Ya, boleh?
Boleh.
Okay, boleh?
Ya.
Right, so sorry, yang group last tadi tu tolong combine, you try to join other group lah. So too many, I mean terlalu banyak pun not good lah, because nanti kerja ni quite ni lah I think 5 would be good lah 4 ni saya rasa nanti you cannot discuss much, you are doing ODL so think of the task ni okay, so harap-harap yang lain-lain harap-harap yang lain pun sudi menerima mereka juga Okay, boleh so saya rasa untuk hari ini itu saja minta maaf salah silap jika ada apa-apa yang saya cakap tu kurang ataupun agak ni, saya minta maaf so harap-harap kita dapat I mean for this session is very important. Untuk sesi memahami dataset, memahami task tu memang saya banyak tanya sikit lah, sebab saya nak tahu you all memang have a plan, and then have really understand on the data itself So that's why I think yang baru jumpa dataset tadi, you really need to look back to your data, at least be fair with others, friends yang lain pun mungkin dah dah buat beberapa round understanding on the data, put it into the WK, yeah. So that will be a good exercise for you to have a look at the data before you just put it before you propose it, ya. Boleh ya tadi? Okay, kalau tak ada apa, that's all for me. Thank you for joining the class. Hope to see you tomorrow morning. So we are going to have a topic of association, another say like unsupervised methods, and would be having a different different way of dealing with different processes in the algorithm. Yeah. Okay. Boleh?
Boleh doktor.
Boleh doktor.
Okay. Besok ya. Alright.
Thank you doktor.
Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam. Thank you, Doctor.